Namaste, everybody. Welcome. So we are here. It's a Sunday evening in Canada and the US, and it's Monday morning with India. I welcome everybody on behalf of Sai Karuna Mission, Dr. Uday Shah, and all of our healers and teachers. So today we have a very interesting topic that we're going to explore, and then we are going to begin to learn a few things, including certain tools and techniques for the topic that Dr. Shah has recommended and we've been discussing. So I hope you will enjoy it. So before that, I invite all of you to sit down. Aram se, like sit down nice and tall. Place your feet on the ground and let's just take a moment to center ourselves. With your hands comfortably placed on your lap, with your feet on the ground, close your eyes and begin to breathe normally. As you breathe, I want you to begin to focus on the base of your feet. Observe the feeling of your feet connecting to Mother Earth. Similarly, become aware of this place where your body connects with the floor or the chair. Bring your mind to your palms on your thighs. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Bring your awareness to your head, to all the organs, your sense organs, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, most importantly, your skin. And now bring awareness to your breath. As you inhale and exhale, observe the thoughts that are going through you. Inhale all your oxygen and exhale thoughts one at a time. Beautiful. We're going to put our intention today to stay open and willing to learn. Let's begin by chanting Om 3 times to open the session. Om. Om. Gently open your eyes and come back to the moment. Placing your hands over your eyes and just wake yourself up, because today, as we begin, we are going to be looking at an interesting topic. And I want you to remember that in today's topic, it is your mind, it is your thought that is going to play a key role in how your day goes, right? So the title of the topic today is to react or to respond. This is a conversation that we have with many people. We have it with ourselves. So a lot of times, most of our lives, we have been conditioned to react. So there are several examples, but I'll begin with a very simple one. And one of the simplest things I've got here in front of me is this particular slide. Take a look. Just take a look at this little slide here. And when you see it, it's very simple. It's a car, it's a van, it's a truck that's stuck in the mud, okay? And now imagine that you're the ones who are going through this particular situation. So what do? What the question I'm asking is, what is it that you do when you look at a situation or you face a situation like this? Human response has always been to react, okay? So the thing is, We begin with, oh my God, I got stuck. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. So when we start thinking like this, right, a lot of times our logical mind doesn't work. So once again, I go back to this thought of react versus respond. So why does this happen? Now, when we look at ourselves as little children, you will notice when you go near a child and you clap your hand really loud, they're going to blink their eyes. We like that because we want to make sure that the child is responding. Because at that point, when the child is very small, it is okay for it to react. But as it gets bigger and you keep clapping your hand in front of it, eventually the kid is going to look at you, the child is going to look at you and going to clap. And it's going to respond because it's no longer going to be afraid, right? So the point of this whole thing is that when we react to anything in life, we react because we are using a part of the brain that is called responsible for the flight and fight response. Okay, so Dr. Shah and our teachers have talked a lot about chakras. And within our chakras, when you come to the root chakra, right, we actually have three lower chakras: mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom. So a lot of times our reaction time, our habit of reacting to things stems from this particular memory. Does this make sense? Now, when we react, few things happen. Okay. First of all, reacting is more instantaneous. So, where do we react? Somebody says something to us and we say something back to them. They say that you are a bad person. You immediately take it personally and you say, no, I'm a good person. Or you say, I can't believe you said this. So that becomes a reaction. And that tends to lead to animosity, tends to lead to arguments, tends to lead to differences in opinion. Correct? Okay, good. The main thing about reaction is that it is based in absolute passive aggressive behavior. It leads to short-sightedness, creates gossip and rumor, right? And it tends to be very unproductive. It creates poor communication, overreacting, turf battles. So that means, you start getting into this, this is my community, this is this thing, this is my family, I cannot believe you said this, etc. Within families, there is a lot of anger, right? And the other thing that we tend to do when we react is that we start jumping to conclusions because we are not taking a moment to listen. So what is the alternative to this? Well, the beauty of this is we could respond, right? I'm going to summarize what response is. Response means, okay, it means that we think about what we are saying and the outcome of a response would be better performance. We have better goals. We are able to think what we want to say. Our parents used to say, think before you speak. A word, before you say something, think, because once you say it, you cannot take it back, correct? Because it leaves a scar. But when you respond overall, whether you are in a group setting, whether you're in a company, or whether you're in a family or amongst a group of friends, there is going to be an overall success of the environment. Similarly, you've got a better idea. You're able to understand exactly what you need. You're able to keep more control over everything. Okay, so these are the two definitions, two big words. Reaction tends to be more unproductive, whereas a response is more productive. Okay, so that's my introduction. That is the facts. Now, we get down to the basics. Why do we need to do this? Why is it that we need to get away from reacting to responding? When we react, we do three things scientifically. First of all, we lose control of the situation. Secondly, we get agitated because it becomes an emotional response. And thirdly, it becomes a complete loss of control. You see, in humans, we need to have some degree of control, but that control doesn't mean controlling somebody else, right? It actually means that you want to be able to be in control of what you are saying. Because we know that through our lessons in Sai Karuna mission and learning about all different things, that our control, our energies, all of those are built so that our so-called karmic debt tries to stay to zero, and we keep erasing all our karmas, right? If I start yelling and shouting at another person, I have actually created a new karma, which I have to pay back at some point or the other. So there is no purpose in it, right? Another thing, a fact, when we have a reactive behavior, remember I talked about the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, imbalance in the root chakra. One of the things is a reaction is an autopilot, or it is a reactive behavior. It is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? When that happens, there is a lot of negative energy that tends to build up. Now, I have to say this, when you're driving or you're walking this on the street and there is a car coming and you're going to put yourself or your family in danger, please react, move out of the way. Even Buddha said, he said, okay, and I summarize. So Lord Buddha was sitting with his disciple one day, and the disciple goes, sir, you know, Mahatma, you're not moving when the mosquito is biting you. How come? And he goes, well, the mosquito doesn't know better. So I'm sitting here, let him bite me, it's okay. Then he goes, but Mahatma, yesterday you were sitting somewhere else, today you came here, why did you move away from there? He said, there was a mosquito that was biting me there. Had I gone back there, then he would have bitten me a second time. So I have to take control of the situation and I have to move away, right? So now reaction has to be used in such a way that you got to be cognizant, you got to be aware of where and when you are reacting to a situation. A lot of times, one of the things we forget to do is mindful behavior, okay? Mindfulness is one thing that we are talking about today, because with mindfulness, it means you take a situation, you have a problem, right? You think about it, you take a pause, and then you respond or you take an action, right? So when we get into mindful behavior, it basically allows you to create time, space, take the moment, and then you replace those impulsive behaviors with very thoughtful responses. So this is something that we suggest every time a person says, how do we not react in a situation? Why do we react? The why is because we are conditioned to respond really quickly. How many of you have been to these spelling contests and math contests, like abacus math and all that? They want kids to come back with the multiplication tables really fast, adding big numbers, etc. Right? That is a reaction time. But then when you take that same logic and you apply it to real life situation, then the brain is not actually able to analyze what needs to be said, right? So becoming mindful is something that we need to practice. Does this make sense? Okay. So a lot of times, whenever we look at these two words, and I keep going, I don't have a lot of slides today because I'd rather talk, because then we can spend some time practicing some of the tools that we have. When we look and look at the word reaction and response, I want to add one more thing. When we react, our brain is actually using a lot of stress hormone. When we use a lot of stress hormones, our reaction, our stress levels, our everything, our behavior, our body language, everything changes, right? We know this. So what we need to do is figure out ways and means of taking that same situation and making the reaction to it much more mellow and much more cognizant, much more stable, and in such a way that the control of the situation stays, so that we don't become so negative, so angry, so stressed out. Does this make sense? Okay, so I've told you what is reaction, I've told you what is response. Now, the big question is how. So a lot of times it's good to say, respond, don't react. Be calm, don't get agitated. Take a nap and, just kind of de-stress, don't keep getting stressed out. So these are common statements that we make. But for me, one of my biggest questions is, don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me what to do. Show me how. Okay? And so in today's session, what I want to do is share a few tools with you that you can use in order to make sure that you are now moving away from this idea of reaction to more of response. How do we do this? Many techniques are out there. I can tell you, go sit and meditate. And the first question I'm going to get is how? When I'm so angry and I'm so upset, how am I going to meditate? Okay. Have you ever noticed that whenever there's a problem, you're right in the middle of it? Why is it that whenever there's a problem, that problem is only you? It's there, you're there. You are the main center point. And that's because everything stems from us, right? All of the problems, all of our situations stems from us. And that's the reason we keep saying, erase those shared memories, erase those do karmic clearance, bring your star energies to you, boost your own vibration so that you have the ability to become more and more mindful. Okay. So one of the big things we can do is balancing the breath, right? To balance the breath, there are many techniques. In a situation where you're in an aggressive situation where somebody is attacking you, for heaven's sakes, please go ahead and react and run. Protect yourself. If you're in an argument, if you're in a situation where I showed you that little, where I showed you something like this little truck, okay? These are things that we can actually take a moment to respond. So if you notice very carefully, in this case, in order to take the wheel out, they have put a piece of metal here to slide it out. That would be a response. Or he could have just kept pressing the accelerator and he or she could have tried to move through the mud and got stuck more, right? So those are the two differences. So how do we balance our breath in order to make sure that we are responding? How do we do this? So there are a couple of techniques. One of the easiest ones is to, I always tell my children when they get in an argument, I'm like, eat something. Especially when they're having a big fight, I'm like, eat something. And they're like, why should we eat something? And I'm like, when your mouth is full, then you're not speaking. When you don't speak, it gives you time to think. And then that diffuses the situation. Does this make sense? Okay, so this is one of the things that you need to do. But now, if you're angry and you start eating, you're going to have a different problem of weight gain or weight loss or something like that. So what we want to try and do is become mindful. How do we become mindfully aware of what we are doing? So one of the things we do is the technique of forgiveness, complete acceptance. Okay. And Dr. Hugh Len from Hawaii brought the meditation called Ho'oponopono. And I've been studying that for a while and practicing it. And in that, we use 4 phrases. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Okay. You can repeat these anytime. right? That's the first one. Another one is when we are using our emotional freedom technique. So for those of you who've been with Lataji and myself in our yoga classes, we do that as well. We do our tapping where you start looking at the energy centers and we tap our emotions away. So those are the more long-term meditation techniques. These are more of the ones that you would do on an ongoing basis, correct? When we are in an argument situation, I also want to tell you something. To respond, never ever believe that the other person is accusing you of something. A lot of times when a person speaks, it's a reflection of, it's a projection of their own shortcomings on you. Okay. Once again, I put the disclaimer out there that if you are in an aggressive situation where you could get hurt, that's when you react. But if you're in an argument, that's where you need to understand that the other person is probably saying something which is actually within us. It's a memory within us, but it's also a projection of some sort of insecurity that's coming from the other person, right? So now this is a very touchy subject because I get into these situations and people are like, no, that's not fair. Why should somebody say that? Remember that you're reacting with ego. Okay, when you get hurt, when you feel upset, that means your emotions are at play. So it's very important that we learn to keep ourselves detached. How do you do that? So let's take, for example, we're in a very bad situation. We're arguing, you and I are arguing about something random. I am questioning everything that you have, you are trying to defend yourself. One of the best ways to kind of take a pause is you can do this anytime. Here is a mudra. You can place your two fingers together just to calm yourself. Bring any mudra. I would say any mudra. I usually do this. You'll notice me putting my hands. If I'm very angry, I will stand straight or I'll have my two fingers joined together because what I'm doing is I'm paying attention to the tips of my fingers. When I'm doing that, I have distracted this brain to come here, and then you take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Count to 10, right? But the trick of the balancing of your breath comes with counting to 10, not in a language that you're familiar with. Okay? It's easy for us all to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you are a French speaker, you can say, you know, I'm going to ask Julie G to unmute and please tell me the 10 numbers that you would say 1 to 10 if you don't mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. Thank you. So see, those would be the numbers that I would use. Do you know why? Because French is not my first language. So if I have to remember 1, 2, 3, 4, say it correctly, that gives me a moment to breathe. It gives me a minute before I say anything back to the other person, right? Another key thing that I want all of you to practice is when you are in a situation where you have got anything, you're stuck in traffic, you are arguing, if the salesperson is upset with you, whatever it is, hold a mudra, bring your finger and your thumb together and press it down really hard and count, breathing. 1, 2. So you go like that, okay? And so for someone who speaks French fluently, you may want to do it in Hindi. 1, 2, 3. If you're very comfortable in many languages, pick something, pick any random number, but take that 10 seconds between every word you say. People will say to you, you've slowed down in your speech. Why aren't you responding? It'll irritate them. You just say, keep your calm, right? So these are simple techniques. Now, another thing that happens, let's move on from there. I want you to practice this. Another thing that happens is somebody says something and walks away. Okay, you're a horrible person. They've said all of these. You've absorbed all those vibrations into your body, right? Once you absorb that vibration into your body, one of the things that's going to happen is even after they leave, that energy is going to stay with you. You're going to continue to feel that how is it that Jack was so mean to me? How is it that, Gupta was so mean to me? How is it so this person was so mean to me? That is the point where we bring in the idea of complete acceptance and forgiveness. The very compassion that we talk about. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. And then you say, for whatever it is within me that is causing problems, I am sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. And you move from one step to the next. Does this make sense to everybody? Okay, if no one has any questions, what I want to do is show you the techniques for EFT, emotional freedom technique, so that we can practice one round of it. And then we will also do a very short meditation on using the 4 phrases. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to see if I can pin myself to this. Let me see if I can make myself here. Okay, so everybody should see me on the screen right now, because what I'm going to show you is the emotional freedom technique that's going to help you after the fact. So first things, we know that in a reactive situation, we are going to take a breath. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. So the 10 seconds you're counting in a different language, whatever it is, you're holding a mudra, you're holding whichever one you like, the one that's going to make it most difficult. Another one you could do is Hakini Mudra, but this is a sign of aggression to many people. Okay, because if you do this when you are in an aggressive situation and you stand like this, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to feel that this is body language that is really bad. So what you might want to do is stand very quietly, hold your hands to your side like this. Don't do this. This is a very submissive way. Do this. Hold your hands to the side like this, keep it, and you just wait. So when you wait like this gives you a moment to plan your thoughts, okay? And when you're planning your thoughts, you're going to learn that our body language diffuses a situation, right? You can nod, you can nod, you can nod, never nod this way. If you do this, the other person is going to get really upset because you're not agreeing with them. You go, yes, I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening. But in the back of your head, I'm going to teach you how to do your cleaning. Does this make sense? Okay. So let's begin with EFT first. EFT is very simple. What I want all of you to do is take one thought, okay? Any thought that you have that you want to get rid of. So you have an elbow ache, you have a headache, you have a knee ache, you have a joint ache. That's your thought for today. Something physical. Let's go with something physical for today. Okay. So what you're going to do is bring that thought to the head. And these are your points. You're going to start with your karate chop point. First one. Okay. Second one. Third one. That's the side of your head. Okay. Fourth one. Fifth one. So there are 2 nerve centers here. Sixth. Okay. Under your arm. Under your arm. And then the last one is going to be on the top of your head, your Sahasrara Chakra, your tapping. Okay. So these are energy centers. And in the emotional freedom technique, there is a lot of resources out there. The phrases that you put are very simple. It's like, this is how I feel. Why do I need to feel it? I don't need to feel it. I am free of it. Simple. Okay. So here we go. You're going to begin by saying, even though I have this pain, because I'm doing a physical one today, even though I have this pain in my right leg, right? I still love myself. Got it? Even though I have this pain in my right leg, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain in my right leg, I totally love and accept myself. So what we did there was, on a scale of 1 to 10, we figured out how much pain we have. I gave it a score of 8. And then I said, even though I have it, I'm okay, because I'm recognizing my soul and my body, two separate things, right? My soul is a witness. So now, even though, let's go ahead, even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Come to your chest. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Last one. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Come back. Breathe. And then we're going to repeat it. I have this pain. I still love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I still love and accept myself. I am okay with myself. Go back. Even though I have this pain, I totally love and accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I am happy to be who I am. If you notice, I'm changing my words. I love myself. I totally accept myself. Even though I have this pain, I love and accept myself. Final round, third round. I have this pain. I don't need this pain. I am fine. I love myself. I love myself. I accept myself. I love myself. I accept myself. I totally love myself. I am perfect. I am perfect. Come back. Breathe. And then, if you breathe, I want you to think of the score you had for your pain. If it was a score of 8, look at the shift. Has the pain come down? Right? So this emotional freedom technique, the EFT practice, you can practice it for many times in cycles of 3. Okay? Each time you do it, keep your thought in mind and keep tapping away at it. Okay? The same extension. So somebody has upset you and you're feeling overwhelmed. We are all people who know the chakras here. We have practiced. We know that most of that sadness, that upsetness, that feeling of complete defeat comes from the heart chakra, right? You feel overwhelmed here. So then you change your words. Even though I feel so sad, I totally love and accept myself. You see, I'm not talking about who made me feel sad. I'm talking about the feeling I have within. And that's what you want. And then you will repeat. Does this make sense to everybody? So step 2. Step 1 was our breath in the situation. Step 2 is when we bring that emotion back with us. Okay? Now, in our daily meditation, which we are going to practice now, I'm going to get you to put those 4 phrases. Okay, I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to stop. Has anyone got a question on the EFT itself? If anybody has a question, do let me know. You can type in the box, or if you want to unmute, you can do that. Okay. And otherwise, you can always find me later and ask me a question, because I know I'm going a little faster because I'm teaching you 3 different things all at once. But I feel that knowing those three gives you a lot more opportunity to use what works for you in whichever situation you're in, right? So, okay. So now we're going into this idea of complete forgiveness and compassion. As members of Sai Karuna Mission, you know that we are all welcome with open arms. Okay. Like nobody is here to judge, nobody is here to say this is the most welcoming environment, and that is the embodiment of complete acceptance, complete freedom. Oh, sorry, someone says I don't know what EFT stands for emotional freedom technique, and that is the tapping that we just did. Okay, sorry, I don't know who iPhone is, but I don't have a thing. So yes. Hi, Himadri. Hi, Rinkuji. Yes. Okay. So emotional freedom technique. I'm just sending you the message. Emotional freedom technique. So this you will practice after we move away from the situation. Okay. The breathing technique we do when we are in the situation. And then the EFT you can practice anytime. You can practice it on anything. And I know if Nilima ji is here and doesn't mind, I'm going to share your miracle. And Nilima ji had an issue at her house. Is that okay, Nilima ji?
Yes, yes, of course, no problem.
Okay. So a little while ago, Nilima ji shared with me that she had a problem with finding someone to help her in her house. Okay. And she couldn't understand what it is, but she did recognize that the reason she was having all these blockages for this person to come and help her was within herself. So she started tapping, saying that whatever is in me that is blocking this person from coming and helping me, it's okay. I accept it. I'm cleaning it. I'm erasing all these memories, right? And she started tapping, and she tapped for 3 days straight, I think. Okay, every time she thought of this and she was worrying about this situation, feeling stressed, she tapped on it and erased it. And you won't believe it, it actually worked. And she found the person who needed to help her. They came and they helped her with her situation. So there is a lot of quick responses. Am I right, Nilimaji, on that one?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's what it does work. So, I mean, I'd like you all to try that. And then sometimes with the wording, right? Always stay in the present. Stay as if it has already happened. Is that okay? Sunita ji, you are unmuted. You have a question? हिंदी में ही पूछ लीजिए, कोई questions है? Oh, maybe she's waiting. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get you all to sit down very comfortably, and I'm going to guide you through a very short meditation where we are going to use our knowledge of energies. We are going to use the knowledge of compassion, open mind, open heart, using all the methods that we've been learning about acceptance to teach our inner child to help us change this behavior of reaction to response. Okay? All right. So if everybody settles into a place and sit up nice and tall, or you can lie down on your bed, whichever is comfortable, we're going to be doing a meditation at this point. Okay? So you can place your hands in front of you in any comfortable position. You can keep your hands open in Prapti Mudra. Usually a lot of vibrations come through at this point. And if you're able to do that, you'll feel much better. And let's begin to take a nice long deep breath. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to think of whatever it is in you that is bothering you. For this moment, let's assume that all of us have this habit of reacting. And there is some blockage within us that makes us want to react to every situation, where if someone says something, we take offense to it. If somebody says, you know, you didn't do this, you feel like you have to defend yourself. I want you to bring those type of feelings of where you feel that someone is trying to attack you, whether it is verbally and being emotional, manipulative, all those energies. If you feel frustrated with your own body because you want to do something and you're unable to do it, and you keep reacting by saying, I don't know why my knee doesn't want to work, or I don't know what's happening to me. All these thoughts, bring them to the front. We're going to bring them to the front, and we're going to learn to let them out of our bodies. Take a nice long deep breath. On a scale of 1 to 10, begin to give yourself a mark. Right now, in this moment, with all this emotion, with all this feeling of reactiveness, this energy that I have, I give myself a score of whatever number you can think of, with 10 out of 10 being the worst, 0 out of 10 being the best. Because remember, we have to go to 0. Shunya tak jana hai hame. That means all the energies, all the memories have to be erased. So let's go ahead. Give yourself a score. It's your score. You're not sharing it with anybody. Bring your awareness to your breath. Allow all the things that you learned today to start to be absorbed into your brain. Go ahead and let your body relax. Your entire body is starting to vibrate and relax. Let it relax. As it relaxes, observe as you become a part of your environment. Breathe in the environment you're in. Breathe in all that is around you. Recognize that everything around you is a manifestation of you. It's your reality. Observe as your body becomes totally connected with Mother Earth. You're being fully supported. With your roots arising from all parts of the body. Mother Earth is ready to receive you. There's a celestial tree that has appeared. There's a beautiful shady spot. Allow your soul to be seated so that you become the witness to your body. We are now beginning the journey of observation, feeling, and transmutation of old habits. If you remember, we use the word transformation, erasing. Today we are taking this thought of reaction, this thought of being so reactive to everything, and we have to transmutate all of this. So we become people, souls who are able to respond. Respond with love, compassion, acceptance, gratitude. As you inhale, there's a divine white energy that is starting to flow through you, going through you like a bolt of lightning, through the roots, then grounding you to Mother Earth. Every chakra in your body is completely active, ready to receive the energies to help you transmutate old habits, old samskaras. Begin to put your healing symbols and prayers For those of you who know, if you don't know anything, I want you to start taking responsibility. It takes 4 phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. For whatever it is inside of you, you can repeat this to yourself. For whatever it is inside of me that is causing the behavior of being very reactive to situations, I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. So here these 4 sentences are erasing every memory, every experience that has made you become so reactive. Mother Earth is ready to send her energy to the Muladhara Chakra, your root chakra. Allow yourself to visualize and see the tailbone of your body. The soul that is seated under the tree can see this very clearly. You can see your tailbone, use your senses, and begin. Whatever is in me from years ago, from past lives, that is causing the effect of being too reactive to situations, I release it. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. There's a red energy that is starting to spiral. As you come here, observe as all the cells are starting to transmutate. Erase this habit from your root chakra of reacting. So usually when we get very emotional, our sense organs, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, they send all these signals to the brain. And all of that gets stuck in the root chakra. Today we are erasing it. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. I am in complete acceptance of my life. I am in complete acceptance of everything that's happening to me. I am able to respond, I'm able to breathe, I'm able to take pause. Put those affirmations in. I take pause before speaking. I am able to respond. Erase this idea of reaction. Erase any emotional connection by repeating your 4 phrases. Focus on the root chakra. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. As you take a deep breath, observe as the red energy starts to vibrate further and further. The white light is taking you inside every cell at this energy center, transmutating your DNA, erasing this past behavior, giving you complete control over your thoughts, allowing for mindfulness. You may observe emotions coming to your mind at this moment. Let it be. Welcome them. And just repeat the 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Allow the energy to spread. It's shifting in color. You're observing a beautiful orange light. Let the orange light come through. As the orange light comes through, move your awareness now towards your sacral chakra, 4 fingers below your navel center. This is the space where most of our anxiety and stress from career, jobs, money abundance, everything exists. As soon as there is a job loss, we react, oh my God, where is the next food coming from? No, no, allow it. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Recognize that this is all within ourselves. Let's change that reactive behavior towards the material world. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I am able to take pause now. I'm able to breathe. Put these affirmations in. Allow this orange energy to spiral through every cell, making space for the divine white light to enter every cell in this space, through your reproductive organs, through the kidneys, through the adrenaline gland. Your water element is starting to become the perfect pH level. Observe as your soul recognizes all past life memories, karmic connections that are causing the behavior in this life. Let your soul take complete responsibility. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Allow the energy to expand into your aura. Bring your awareness now above your navel center. This is your Manipura chakra, your solar plexus chakra, the fire element. Remember and recognize that when you are in a heated situation with another soul, acidity, diabetes, stress, anxiety, these are all the things that manifest into the physical body. Your aura shows these imbalances. It's time for us to erase all these habits and past beliefs. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Your soul has an infinite memory of what people said to you 10 years ago, 20 years ago, lifetimes ago. Every time you meet each other once in a month, once in a year, that same animosity is there. Just by thinking, those people come, all those thoughts bring them. And now let's erase. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. When you do your EFT as well, you're just releasing everything. And now imagine, I want you to really visualize the space becoming clean. You're starting to make your body into a clean slate, a beautiful canvas filled with white energy. Let it go into every cell in these organs that you have. Transmutate this behavior of reaction. Put in the affirmations, I am able to take pause in my breath. Anything and everything I hear just comes in through one ear and goes out. Everything I see with my eyes is just a moment. It's like me watching a TV show. I can turn it off anytime. I am unaffected. I want you to bring a visualization to your mind at your solar plexus. Have you ever thought of a bird chirping in a forest? Think about that bird. Can you stop the bird from chirping? Do you go to stop the bird from chirping? My guess is you don't. You just let it go. Why is that? It is possible that you know you cannot control what the bird is doing. So now look around you. All the souls that have hurt you, you cannot control them. Treat them as you would a bird in a forest that is chirping away and singing its song. Let these people sing a song. Don't worry about it. Put your affirmation. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. You see how light that situation becomes? Most of you are smiling when you put it into this perspective. People who talk to you continuously talk, let them talk. You can't control them, you can't change them. You can only change your response. Clear your solar plexus chakra. Clear your Manipuri chakra. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. The emotion is building up as we enter the air elements, to the heart and the lungs. Most of our issues exist in this space because we get hurt. And the reason is because it's filled with love. When that love is threatened, hate, anger, sadness arise. There is a little one who lives in here. That is your inner child. Today you're going to teach the inner child the prayer. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. Just like a child who continuously repeats things that the mother says or the father says, this inner child is going to continuously repeat whatever you teach it. If you teach it, I am sad, I am upset, I'm angry, and those are your thoughts, that little child is repeating it, and your heart is heavy. So today, go find your inner child. It's seated near the bench. Get up from the tree, walk over, and teach your inner child. Can you please repeat these 4 words for me? I am sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. Keep repeating it because you are so amazing. I love you so much. Thank you for being with me all the time on this beautiful journey and talking to yourself. Take a deep breath and feel the energy shift within your heart. Any emotions that you get, allow them to flow. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Those of you who know healing from Reiki, Karuna Reiki, go ahead and put your affirmations in here. Put your symbols. Teach your symbols to yourself. Let this become a part of your in-breath and your out-breath. The divine energy has reached your DNA, removing all memories of being reactive. You are now able to take pause. You're able to be mindful, accepting, filled with compassion and love. Your inner child has started the chant of I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. Energies are shifting into the space of your throat chakra. Feel the rise of the energy from all the chakras from beneath, coming right through. Your vibration has risen. It is time for us to make sure the Vishuddhi chakra is balanced. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. Give your voice the power of speaking your truth at all times. Allow it to speak the truth. Keep erasing any behaviors and words that don't align with complete acceptance. Bring the energies further up to your third eye chakra. Your Agya chakra is vibrating. Your soul is observing this. Your soul has memories. Your soul knows the spiritual guides. Go ahead and connect with your spiritual guides here. Connect with all emotions as they get lighter and lighter. You'll observe that you're feeling much lighter. I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you, I love you. Let's go ahead and erase any leftover memories that make us react. We are now able to respond. We are able to move to abundance, complete compassion and love. No matter who says what, we look at them through the eyes of acceptance, compassion, unconditional love, recognizing that every soul within us, in our realms, in our aura, are all connected. They're here. When you accept something completely, the situation disappears. That is what you need to do. The person, the individual may not disappear, the behaviors change. Connect with your spirit guides, put your intention. You may have your star here at this point. Your birth star may have arrived. You may be traveling now. Allow yourself to float. You're reaching the crown chakra. Your soul is starting to get really calm and vibrant, shining as beautiful as a white light. You're traveling towards the stars with complete surrender. We have tried to move towards the divine today. White light is traveling straight from the base of your root chakra, your tailbone, spiraling all the way to your crown chakra. This is how we send our energies to zero. I am sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you. The power of these four phrases is to erase all memories from past life, to create shifts that are so magnificent that sometimes we think it's a miracle. It is a miracle. It is just life. Lean on anything you want. Repeating the phrases in silence for a few seconds. Allow your body to float. Allow your energies to go where they need to go. Beautiful. You may travel as far as you want into the energy, into the galaxies, go past your galaxies. You are free of all the behaviors that you do not want. You are completely mindful of who you are. Feel the freedom of being stress-free, being you, being your bliss. Your inner child is dancing, dancing different forms of dances, jumping around and singing, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. It feels so beautiful. Slowly start becoming aware of the body one more time. The celestial tree is starting to disappear. The soul is ready to come back into the body. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your aura, your energies that surround you, your chakras, all the energy centers in your body. Your left hand and your right hand are vibrating. The white divine light that has entered from your birth star, from your star, is shining and sending energy right through, making sure that every last cell has been transmutated, allowing for soul evolution, allowing for peace, acceptance, and compassion. Unconditional love, begin that love for yourself. Give yourself unconditional love. You are perfect the way you are. It's okay. Whatever is happening, you're doing your best. Leave the rest. Put this word into your mind. Let go and let go. Let go, let go. Release everything. Allow the I factor to move towards the divine. Become aware of your breath again. Now, as you settle back into this gorgeous, beautiful body, bring awareness to the base of your feet. Mother Earth is releasing your feet. Move your consciousness to your left knee, to your right knee. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. You are right foot. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Your left foot. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Your shoulder. Repeat the 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Both your arms. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's very important to put your affirmations into your sense organs. These are the windows to your soul. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Visualize a mirror in front of you. Look at yourself. You are beautiful. Tell that inner child that's in that mirror, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Allow this repetition to take place as you do your breath. This will keep erasing memory. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Observe the rise and the fall of your body. With your gratitude, and thank all the divine energy. Cut all cords to the divine at the moment. Cut, cut, cut. Observe as the white light goes back. Everything within you stays within you. Slowly bring awareness back to the moment, into the here and now. Become aware of the chair or the bed that you are seated or lying on. Bring awareness to your room, to the environment. Recreate your reality. You have erased a lot of stuff, so you are a new person. You're a new soul. And when you're ready, gather your palms together. You may rub your hands together. There's so much healing energy in here. Place it over your eyes. And gently open your eyes when you're ready. Welcome back. How is everybody doing? Good. Thank you, Sunita ji. If anyone has questions, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I'm going to stop. Ji Padma ji.
First, this point, na, for
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Second,
Karate chop. Yes.
second is here.
Yes.
Third here.
Yes. Yes.
Second is here.
Temple space. Third.
Side.
Third.
Second which side?
So this is first, second, third.
Third, both side
Yeah,
or
temple.
one side?
One side. Okay.
Any side. One
Yeah, any side. Any side. And
Oh.
then fourth, fifth. Yeah.
I learned in Rishikesh retreat, but I didn't.
You practice. It's very good. 6. Yeah. I'll also write it and send it. 7. So yahan se yahan. and then last.
Last year, yes. This point is very important.
Very important for
Yeah.
everybody. This is the most important
Point
point.
also there.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. There is someone in the chat. Let me just see. Yes, you can. Absolutely, Jitendra ji, I will. Thank you, Sandeep ji. So I'm just going to stop the recording. So thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Miss Preeti,